Hi guys, thank you so much for visiting my page, lifestyle underscore multiple scroll. The SIS is not in there. So today we're going to be making spinach feta pastry at home, and this is literally my first time. Boil the spinach, then obviously you need to take it out, seep it through and everything. Make sure you drain out all the water. And then obviously the Greek feta, as you can see, I got it from Sainsbury. Then you're just going to basically break it down in chunks into tiny little pieces. As you can see, you can do it manually without using our hands. You can use things, spoon, whatever your comfort is, you just do that. But this is how we do it, just on the go, cook. Anyways, this was the first time doing this today and at home. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't think anyone was going to have it, but surprisingly, it's surprising that everyone ate it. I didn't even think that they were going to, but they ate it, man. But yeah, you basically need to break the bits, the feta into little pieces, and make sure you don't do it too soft, because if you do it like too much or you whip it with a spoon too much, it's gonna turn into kind of like a cottage cheese, milky type, sensation, and you really don't want that. Otherwise, it's going to seep all over the pastry, and it won't blend, it won't mix. You get the picture, and it's horrible. You don't have to use all of it because obviously it's quite strong. So you can just put the rest of it away in the fridge for next time. But yeah, there you go. We basically used half a block of it. Excuse my recording because my hands were basically... So this is for anyone who wants to know about the calories, how many calories, saturated fats and all of that, what is within Greek feta cheese. So this is for anyone who wants to know. I particularly don't like counting my calories. I just like to eat my food in a way where my body suffices and it works out for me and my health. Obviously, because I have an autoimmune condition. So I like to eat high proteins, good carbs, low carbs, with a lot of greens and vegetables and stuff and hydration. So yeah, here we go. After doing the feta, sorry, we're basically now gonna break this spinach into like pieces, or the wording, I can't really put it together because my mind is kind of struggling. Anyways, you put the spinach in there within the feta that you've already broken, but just make sure you really rinse out the spinach because you don't want it seeping water in the pastry. I hate it. Usually when I get it from outside, ready-made takeaway feta pastry, the biggest problem with it isn't it that the spinach is always leaking water. It's never like properly done, and it kind of ruins it. And I don't like that because I really love spinach. It's got a lot of health benefits, vitamin B12, folic acid, and so many benefits, and this is a quick way to kind of make the food as well if you don't feel like doing it. Anyways, add the turmeric in there, obviously, because it's anti-inflammatory. And then we use white eggs. I love using white eggs because, chickens, farm-free, organic, earth-grown, earthly raised, unhomogenized, and they're safe, and it has no blood in it. Whereas brown eggs, we all know and see in the supermarkets that they usually have blood, which I don't really like, because religiously and from the faith side, when I have a look at it, it's just a big no. We're not even allowed to eat those type of eggs as Muslims. We have to throw those eggs away. So the best thing to do is to get farm fresh white eggs from one of your local people. I mean, if you live around East London, then you can easily just get it from one of the local small businesses. Excuse my recording again. My hand was just going left and right. And I'm trying to get used to this, Not saying, it's easy, but still. Then you're just going to mix everything very gently because you don't want to break it and make it into a mush. This time I basically had my mother helping me and supporting me more because I get tired. So I also record while I do the food, basically just breaking it and putting the things together, and then I just put in the pastry. But I appreciate my mom helping because when you have an autoimmune condition, I have super fatigue. I suffer with a lot of chronic fatigue, and there's a lot more of the symptoms. My mobility is alhamdulillah really good, but I still suffer from other stuff that's kind of just slowed me down a little. So I tend to be grateful that I have my mother for support. Otherwise, I don't know how I would be able to do the things that I do. Obviously, is after with the permission of my Lord. There's no doubt. Yeah. So this is basically the just roll that you can get from one of your local supermarkets. The pastry roll. You can get the ready-made feta pastry roll sheets. Obviously, the first time I was trying to open it. You're gonna have to forgive me because I forgot to basically record this next part where you add the spinach and everything on top of the sheets and then you put it in the oven. I basically missed the part of putting this spinach and the feta on top of the pastry. Ugh. But anyways, it still turned out pretty good. Just so that you know, you don't necessarily just have to do this with spinach and feta. You can do chicken, tuna, whatever your heart basically desires, you know. Those are the sheets. And here it is in the oven on 180 degrees. Not Celsius, but degrees. Yeah, that was 200, but I lowered it because I didn't want to burn it and I wanted to keep them nice and soft and ignore the shapes because, you know, this was my first time making it and I was a bit hesitant thinking, oh my god, is this how it's supposed to be? Is this how it's supposed to get done? Don't even ask. I did get really tired after this though because heat and me, we don't get along. It literally impacts my fatigue so badly that I'm done for the next couple of days. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this recipe.